Hi everyone, Cendril here. Going back to more Fire Emblem: The Sacred Stones with the Yune Randomizer. A Universal Fire Emblem Randomizer. We're on the desert map. Ugh. I need that. Alright. Hello, Friday. Indeed. Oh, hey, Cendril. Cendril got +5 strength. Oh, man. I'd love to have one. This is the weapon that Marissa usually starts with. In a normal playthrough, when you would get her, she'd be Myrmidon like this, and she would have a Shamshir, which naturally has the high critical rate. Quite a few javelins. Finrotoma Zombato. 9 defense. An Armor Slayer. Poison Bow, Steel Bow, Shine Tomes. Ha! You can't use those. You drop a Min Staff and you can't use the Berserk Staff, thankfully. Longbow. Slim Lance. Droppable Slim Lance. I like free weapons. You have a guiding ring. You don't drop it, but I could steal it. 8 speed. It has a Brave Axe, which strikes twice, normally. Huh, you didn't get anything special? That can't be right. I said everything to have something special. I wonder if we could just roll strikes twice again, and then it doesn't get anything. So that's funny. Horse Slayer, you drop a Bright Lance, which I would like to have. Okay, so right now you are the most important thing for me to get to. For me to get Renak to. Because everything else is probably random. But you have a guiding ring that I could steal. Strikes twice. That'd be crazy if it did that. But I don't think so. Beacon Bow. Vamos! Guard, Horse Slayer. A Fire Tome. Alright, that's everything. Okay. So we gotta get through all this mess. And a mess is exactly what it is. You dropped that Black Lance. Protects flyers from arrows. How much defense do you have? 13? It's going to protect you from the critical part of Ephraim's arrows. But that's about it. Oh, where's my hero? Sea Rake and Sword. I could give her a hand axe and throw it at Valter's face, and it would be really funny. Because it's not the effective against flyers that will kill Valter. Ford also has a Dragon Spear, which is effective against Wyverns. Choices. Alright, let's pick units. No, whatever. Because if I get the other ring, I'll probably promote... Maybe he doesn't have any defense resistance. I'm going to give it to Garrett, who is really good. Just can't attack because he's just a priest. He's just a healer right now. But then we can change that. Start giving him tomes too. Okay. This looks good. Items. I don't need the Armor Slayer. Not have that many swords that are usable. Take what's left of the steel sword. Save the brave sword for a little later. Shine. Supply the Nosferatu. I got a spare Horse Slayer now. Sure. Yeah, you can use swords now. You can use that killing edge. No, I might just do that. But I need a hand axe. I only have one left. Okay. Killer axes are really good, and I have a spare one. There's not really many knights here, so I'll put up the hammer for now. I'm mainly using it because it doesn't break. And take a killer axe. I'll work on swords later. Her main thing is going to be killing Valter. Okay. Take a Night Crest. Nobody else can use it. Give her some defense. Same way, give Ford some magic or strength. Take the Slim Lance. If only you didn't have the devil stat. That's fine. Doza. Get the white gem. Just use up the poison sword. Marissa looks good. Take a shine tome. For a little later. Put up... guess the recover staff. For now. Okay, I think that looks good. Alright, let the torture begin. So there's Erica. She'll be level 15. Because I don't think we got her to level 15 before. If she is below level 15, when she joins back here, she will become level 15. Princess Installay. Sorry, absolutely powerless here. We have nothing to apologize for. We're not defeated yet. Hannah Hall has fallen, that much is true. But if we can hold out until Ephraim arrives, we still have a chance of victory. And reports place Lady Mira at Prince Ephraim's side. It is my duty to protect her. I will not die without having filled my obligation to her. You're right. I made a promise too. I told Ephraim I'd live to see him again. I have to pull together, all of us. We just have to hold out a little longer. Yeah, just a little longer. Like 20 turns. Alright. Yeah, so now she's level 15. Take a look at her stats now. She'll get levels kind of on average how the they do the AI. They have a set amount of like, growth percentage. And then they'll just tack that on. So the brigands have a really high strength percentage, so it gets more strength than it does the other stats. Oh yeah, she still has that dragon axe. Go swing at Volter. Well, she wouldn't swing at Volter. Alright, I don't remember the stats she had beforehand. But she has 1 res, 8 defense, 15 luck now, maxed out speed, 16 skill, 9 strength. She may have been level 15 when she left. That'd be funny. Alright, let's look at our other 2 characters. Ennis became a sage. Interesting. Our normally archer is now a sage. He gained 3 HP, he lost 1 strength, in this case magic. Gained 1 skill, gained 3 speed, gained 3 luck, lost 1 defense, same res. He normally has a res of 9. He starts with a Shine Tome, an unlock stat. What a worthless stat for you to start with. And an elixir. So AAD. Normally he's just good with the bow. Good with Anima Magic and Light Magic. I need to get him like an L-Fire Tome. And Soleil, who does have an L-Fire Tome. Also has a Thunder Tome and a Restore Staff. Could have used that earlier. B rank in Anima Magic and an A rank in Staffs. That's weird. Soleil is normally a sage, like Ennis here. Normally a pretty good one at that. So let's see, he lost 4 HP. That stinks. He has a few levels though. Right, because he starts different in he starts different in Ephraim than he does Erica. In Erica, he joins as level 1. Here, he joins as level 4, so he'll have slightly different stats. Still lost 4 HP. Lost 2 magic. Lost a point of skill. Gained 5 speed, but again, it could just be 4 speed and then they'll level up. Lost a point of luck. Same defense, got a point of res. So, lost a bunch of HP and gained a bunch of skill. Or a bunch of speed, excuse me. So very fast. Normally has pretty good magic, well, decent magic growth, so L-Fire, +5 magic. Cool. Oh, now I have 2 mages. Which means we're probably done with Amy, because didn't grow all that hot, sadly. Alright. We have a killer lance. Sadly. You're not in range. So usually the fun thing here is keeping Erica alive. Your other units usually can fend for themselves. The palm tree Axis Force, by the way. Poison Axe, a Steel Lance. That didn't really scare Ennis. Oh, that's critical. He's the female sprite too. Neat. Alright, and Soleil's gonna stand right here for now. Weighs 10. You have 9 con, that's pretty good. You only lose 1 speed from Hellfire. I'm okay with that. Alright. The question is, who goes where? Doza has to go to the right because I need to steal this guiding ring. That needs to be mine. Guess I'll deal with the archer with Gillum because he's in range. Oh man, you have such a terrible hit right here. Or not deal with the archer. Now that stinks because now I can't send Cormac to get the village. Gidala's fallen. I wonder what's become of Queen Ismare. You there. Take this to do some good with it. Do some good with this steel sword. Steel sword's nice. We're out of swords. Send that. Somebody can grab it from Ephraim. Alright. Shadow Killer, Slim Sword. Hammer! Hammer? Ford doesn't go that way. Got it. Well, he needs to, but Ford needs to be careful. Got it. Put Marissa on the fort. Gives her 2 defense and a lot of avoid. What do you have? Bright Lance? Bright Lance isn't fun. Wait there. I might have to... There's so many units over here. So bad. So you'll go after Garrick, which I don't want. Basically, I'm gonna get Marissa a bunch of levels right here, and then move forward with the rest of the group. The person with the most range is you, who now can't reach anybody. That's fine. Bright Lance. Hammer. I should have put on a an Iron Lance. So she'd have a much higher hit rate. They won't hit it from now. No chance. The Archer might, but I doubt it. Okay. I think that does it for this first turn. Very slow first turn. Darn, I got poisoned. 12 chance to hit. Man, I critted twice with that 11. Good dodge. The Mage Knight cast looks really cool. Alright, level up for Marissa. Level 13. Issue skill, speed, luck. Now all the women riders head up there. Oh, crit! Now the pain with that normally is you have Innis, who's a sniper, and you can have the sniper hit. That stinks. And you go again. And you have them hit, but you know, Innis could shoot one down, but there's a bunch. Killer Lance. I have that now. And then there's just a lot of them. And you can do a lot of damage with Soleil and Innis, but you don't take damage very well. As you can see, that is what's happening here too. Marissa heals some, which is great. Kill him as poison, which is not great. Ooh, that stinks. Strong versus Axis. Strong versus Axis. And all the women riders will be wielding lances normally, and Erica would be on the wrong side of the weapon triangle with her swords and not be of much use. Well, that's happening again because these lances are strong versus axes, so didn't really help any. What stinks is does not have a way to heal. We'll do this trade. Use the last full. Stay there. You'll hit Innis, but Innis at least has the avoidance from the forest. Oh, man. 15 speed. Okay, what do we got? You have Shine, Zembato, Armor Slayer, Fenrir, which is effective against cavalry. Move up. You're dead. Axe! You don't see axe heroes too much. I usually use swords. Yeah, axe animation is really cool. So, we can't send Ephraim beyond here unless he kills the summoner, which will be the first thing he needs to do. If he's gonna move up anymore. Yeah, the axe animation's really cool. There's some Dustle up here, actually. And Armor Slayer. Well, they just have a bunch of stuff that we're weak to. That's all it is. Nice! Finally hit. That Shadow Killer. And you get +5 speed. Giving you 17 speed. Jeez. Nice! Weapon level increased. Iron Axe strikes twice. Darn, you don't kill. Use a beacon bow. Hey, level up for Ephraim. Level 6. HP, luck, defense. Speed. Oh, missed. Lame. Alright, that does it for that group. That sadly does it for up here. Intern. Jeez, just can't hit with all that speed they have. Now poisoned. One level increased. Good dodge, Ennis. Everyone can shoot you. Another crit from Ennis, man. Alright, reinforcements show up there. Everybody takes poison damage. Alright, because that reverses. Why you're not hitting. What'd you have? Horse Slayer. Okay, we have to get rid of the Fenrir Tome. That thing needs to go. Armor Slayer, we're fine. Senbato's fine. Fine. I think we're fine with everything else. But you're not in range. Okay. Okay. 14. 10 defense. Ah, but then the sniper. You only do 12. Send them after Marissa. You have the most range. Right there. All this mess. Get rid of you, turn you poisoning everybody. Nice. Alright, now we get to her final level, probably. Level 16. HP speed. Woo! Right there. Garrett goes with this group. Alright, you can't attack. Okay. Oh, it's what with friends. Maybe. Wait, no, no item. Nope. What's your chance? 6? Steel lances, that's fine. And this hasn't been hit yet. Oh, you two decided to head this way. Alright. Iron Axe, Iron Axe. Not the only one with an Iron Axe. Oh! Calling her shot! Well, I think that does it for this turn. Yep. Huh, he went after Ephraim. I guess because he can't attack back. Oh, you're just gonna point blank the poison bow. Interesting. Well, they all just decided to show up. Oh, well, you're dead. Poor decision. Okay, good. The guiding ring. Oh, that's bad. Oh yeah, enemies could show up from the from these forts. Ephraim's on one, so that one didn't get to show up. Javelin! Because on horseback, just the rest of the movement is so bad. As you can see, our paladin, which normally moves 8, moves 2 in sand. Sunlights. Oh, you have a steel lance. You're lame. When you have an armor slayer, yep. Let's see. How much do you do? Does that trigger? That does trigger you. You have 4 defense. Doesn't swing all that hard. 22. He probably doubles. 13. Yeah. Lose 5. I would do 17. You could break out the Brave Axe and strike twice, but I'm not worried about that. He'll get doubled. 13 twice. He'll live. Unless everybody attacks Dolza, he breaks the poison sword. Goes back to the steel sword. Guess I'll send Garrick there. He has enough defense. Move 5. Okay. Who do I have Ephraim kill? Probably the Pegasus Knight. Marissa can kill the Zambato wielder. Oh man. I'm trying to get all this straight over here. I'm worried about Larishel dying. That's... worried about having her go kill... She can kill the archer with the slim lance. Then the armor slayer can kill her. The steel lance, maybe. She has, what, 9 defense? 8? No, but other people are gonna go too. Oh no, y'all can't. As long as I kill everything else, it's fine. Kill you. Love that critical animation. So cool. You die. Can have Dolza kill this. It's not a bad idea. I don't think you'll be able to reach Larishel. Not with everything I'm gonna put in the way. Level 17. HP, strength, speed, luck, resistance. Which you can right now, but you're not gonna be able to move all of that. Yeah, because now you don't reach. Or I just kill you now. That's the... That's an even better scenario. Well, no, I have to have him attack the mage. because Vanessa's probably going to hit you. According to this ancient document, there was a huge battle here long, long ago. Every day I'm out there digging up weapons and artifacts out in the sand. There's still more to be found. Even said a long-dead sage left a copy of Metis' tome out here. Oh, but I won't give that to anyone if I find it. Not a chance. Oh yeah, Metis' tome is here. It's over here. Let's buy this in. Yeah, because I don't want the flyer moving. Now that I think about it, though. Brave times 2... 21. 8 twice. Oh, you're fine. Should be okay. Nice! Awesome, Giselle. I love the hero critical animation, just throwing the weapon up, the shield weapon combo, and then slamming down, and then catching the shield. There it is! With the axe! And then catch the shield. So slick looking. Oh, you don't reach like I thought. Oh, that stinks. You may need healing. Fort must count as 2. Now, like, another mage is gonna pop up there. That's annoying. Alright, now I have to deal with all of this. Now the hard part. Innis blast you. Steel Lance. Steel Lance Javelin. Because strong versus Axis. They're gonna catch Eric no matter what. They're probably gonna catch Soleil too. Oh man. Wait there. Move down. And correct. Nice, only a 59% chance to hit. Still got it. Level up for Mersa. Level 14. HP, strength, skill, speed, luck, resistance. Awesome. Okay, you go after Ennis, which is fine because a lot of dodge. Ow. There it is. Yay, killer axe. Oh, good. They went after Ennis. That's awesome. Go for it, Vanessa! Put that killer axe to good use. Hey, Slimlance. Alright, you went after Soleil. You only do 5. You hit with a 29. Come on. Alright, more stuff shows up. Poison continues to mess with the party. You do not have... Uh-oh. Went a little too far. Still has 14 defense. Okay. All these javelins. I've never said how stupid I think these reinforcements are from nowhere. These reinforcements from nowhere are. That's a Fire Emblem thing, and I can't say I like it either. It's what gets you a lot of times, because you don't know where they're coming from, then they jump you. It's how they add difficulty to the games. I don't like it either, but it's been around forever. Thank you, AJ. Okay. Use Iron Axe, get rid of you. Alright, now you're gonna go swing at Garrick. Then I steal the guiding ring. And hope Erica can survive a few Pegasus Knights. Yep. You got the female sage sprite, but he is a sage. So that's crazy. And a pretty good one at that. You also go after Innes. I'm so glad they're going after Innes. They have such a low hit percentage, and Innes kills them back with Shine. How many uses of that's left? Yeah, you go after Franz. Oh, you only do 4, that's fine. You only have a 1% chance to hit Erica. That's great with that javelin. Didn't think about that. Okay. At least one turn we don't have to deal with that. You didn't move, and that really stinks. That is a problem. He turned into an archer. So, a class I really don't need. Oh, really? Yeah, his bow is imbued with being on the bench, you mean? Per usual. Go, Erica. Use hand axe. It stinks that I don't have anybody to use dark magic though, because Gelpnir ended up being super great. That's just my luck. Hold on. Free XP for Marissa! I can hyper train Calm? Yeah, so he can still have his 0 magic growth? No, I'll pass. What happens if Innes runs out of shine magic? He's helpless up here. But he still has 16 uses. Because he doesn't have another weapon. Normally, all he has his silver bow, and I think that's it normally, and he usually runs out. But Summoner, I might do it for Summoner. I level him up just to see Summoner. Get ready to smack Volter. Summoner is usually a class that is bad. It summons like minions up that basically take a hit and then die. They don't really do much of anything. But if they get some random stats and stuff, it could be interesting. Nah, I've never liked the Summoner class, but that's me. Thank you. Mine now. Fancy shot from Ephraim. How much speed do you have? 13? Never mind. Spear gets +5. Not even close. I just steal the Billy shield and then really shoot him with arrows, but okay. Free exp! And this guiding ring goes to... Ah, shoot. If I'm gonna show off... No. If I'm gonna show off a Summoner, I need this. I'll just class change Garrick next map. I was gonna class change him now, but I'll just do it on the next map. We'll run to the tower. Well, no, I don't even need to run to the tower. He's level 10. I'll just give it to him and we can... Well, yeah, I guess I'll go to the tower just to mess around with Summoner. That way you can see it, and then I'll reset and get my ring back. Vanessa could kill Volter if she had that axe. Killer Lance, dangerous, man. Thank you, Lucian. Wow. Have I really... I guess I have streamed that long. 13 months subscribed. Thank you very, very much. Someday when I can get some time and with Knight, maybe somebody else, and make little icons. I have a fancy 1-year icon. It'll be great. It's much appreciated. Upside. Sub-hype? Actually, Gilliam can use the Killer Lance. We don't. Well, I guess I can sell it. It's right there. How much luck do you have, Navy? You have a lot of luck. Start finding stuff. Or not. Yeah, that's fine. That's Dolza's job anyway. Speaking of Dolza. And... breaks the poison sword. Ah, crud. I thought stuff showed up from behind, but... you know, wasn't 100% sure. Alright, there's this mess up here. Shadow Killer, Toxin Lance. Pirate with Halberd. Okay, I heal Soleil so he can come back. Almost out of the desert! For our, mounted units. Alright. Back in action. All the highest generals in Grotto receive titles named after gemstones. Currently has 6 gemstones fighting in his service. Calais the Tiger Eye, Moonstone Vaulter, Glenn, known as the Sunstone, died in the mountains of Carcino. Oh yeah, he was killed by Vaulter, by the way. Celia Florspar was killed, we know that. The Florspar, Dosos the Obsidian, who's here. The Blood Barrel, whose real name is Riev, has also gone missing. He's a terrible person. Good information, too! Backstory. Just information that you probably already knew from cutscenes. Well, I would like Marissa to get that kill, but, well, she can. I don't like all that, and I can't steal from you anyway, so... time to start grabbing stuff. I guess I can go here and just loop up and down. Yep, so right there. How does this play out, if you could swing back? 51% chance to hit. You double Ephraim. That's nuts. Oh, because that spear gives plus 5 speed. Oh no, you'd have the same speed anyway. You wouldn't double. I just shoot you with a longbow. Hello again, Ephraim. I let you flee once, but this time there's no escape. Escape? I'm not going anywhere. I came here for you. I came to defeat you. What's this? A scurrying little mouse that roars like a lion? Are you saying this time will be different than last? I even have a fancy Philly shield. Will you finally provide me with some amusement? I'll do far more than that. I'll provide you with a messy end to your sorry life. What? You can outrange me? Impossible! I don't know, maybe. Probably. Nat'll get it, nothing else. I mean, we don't even have a release date for that, do we? Hey, found the random item here. We got a Worm Slayer. Wait a minute. If I get an Eclipse Tome over here, because I know there's an Eclipse Tome over here, these may not be random, which would be great. I gotta deal with all this mess now. Thunder, Lance, Steel Sword, Zambato, just more defense. Elixir, Shine and Lightning, Shadow Kill. Okay, nothing really super bad. Slide Cormac over here. Alright, about face. Darn, they can reach there before I can. I can always go get into the Iron Axe. Gary, be ready to go. Next turn. Oh yeah, Volter's on a fort. Forgot about that. If Doza had more speed, oh darn, finally got hit, which led to poison. If Doza had more speed, I could steal the shield from Volter. And if the Spirit wasn't getting him +5 speed. Like, if he just had more speed, I could steal it from Volter, and that'd have been hilarious. Oh, you didn't double Cormac. That's fine. Still did what I wanted to do. Poison. Because then Ephraim would have critical, would have the critical, and there'd have been no chance. Does the javelin still work on him? That's a great question. We can test that right now. If somebody had a javelin. I don't even think I have one in storage. Cormac has a javelin. I got an Eclipse Dome. You don't count as like treasure chests. You're set, which means Swift Soul is here. Mateus' Tomb is here, but we don't care about it. Really. The silver card's up here, which is a must grab. And for kicks, there's a Warp Staff over here, which lets you warp units. There's something here. Something good is here, but I don't remember what off the top of my head. And I don't remember what's here either. I remember the Eclipse Stone because I sell it for a bunch of money. Because I don't use Dark Magic. Well, I gotta do some real damage to you, so... Jeez, the fact that you just hit twice is super scary. I've no use for these bloodless minnows. Give me prey that will sate my bloodlust. I hunger! That's his normal... There's a normal text. I don't know why we got that now. I guess because it's like, oh, you're not really Ephraim, you're just a ranger. What does Eclipse do now? Eclipse has one use. It got +5 luck. It's a one-use Eclipse. That's funny. It's a siege weapon. It hits 3 to 10. So it has almost no hit. You get 1. Siege means it's 3 to 10. And it got 1 use. So... Nothing here's really scary. Who has something that can poison? You do. Imagine Siege is on one of the sacred weapons. That'd be hilarious. I don't remember if Siege can be randomized or not. Maybe. Hadn't thought about that. Alright, gotta deal with all this stuff up here. What do you have? Shadow Killer. Darn. You hit with a 9. Come on. I healed you, right? Yes. No, it can't be on a weapon. It'd have to be on a tome. If it can be randomized, I don't remember. Walter heal some more. Oh! Crit from Ford. You're dead. Which also has the cool twirling animation. You went after Erica. Nice. Good hit. Vanessa has so much skill right now, she can outdo the weapon triangle. Level 2! HP, skill, luck. Outdo the minuses from the weapon triangle. At 22 skill. No damage, but re-poisoned. I know, that will actually hurt. Oh, please hit yourself. Yes! Awesome. Yeah, the axe, I usually don't use axes with heroes. I usually use swords. But the axe animation is really cool. I guess I can send... Alright, let's see if this works. Yes! So that's not gonna protect Cormag. So effective. So being weak to arrows is its own stat. It doesn't protect you from effective against flyers, which I guess is its own stat. It's not the same as bows doing, the same as bows being effective against flyers. So that's interesting. We learned something today. Those are two separate values for the Philly Shield. Well, that doesn't help Cormag all that much, because the thing that's getting him is everybody wielding javelins. Like that's really, and javelins having the effective against flyers. I mean, that's really messing him up. Yeah, so that stinks. Maybe. Hi. Hi, Outsider Life. Yeah, with Generosity Sword, they do have like a huge, this huge like great blade. Well, let's see if she hits first. I want to try to give Erica the skill. Oh yeah, she definitely hit. Called her shot. That 5% crit. Great job, Erica. Here it is. What do you need to know about Genealogy of the Holy War? If you've never played it before, it's really rough. There's a lot of mechanics in Genealogy of the Holy War. If you've played Awakening, if you played some of the more recent Fire Emblems with the, kind of the, where they get married and have kids, that happens in Genealogy of the Holy War. It started way back then, and then it was never used again. Okay, so you've played like Awakening and Revelations. That mechanic is in Genealogy of the Holy War, except it's extremely more important than it is in Awakening and things, because of how the story plays out. Basically, two characters get together, and if those characters match, you will get their like son or daughter. You'll play as them later for plot reasons that I'm not going to get into. If the characters don't match, you just get a generic NPC. Like you'll just get like a generic, like a generic character whose stats are way less than like an actual like character like Garrick or Marissa or Ephraim, etc., etc. Oh man, it's been so long since I've played Genealogy of the Holy War. This is gonna cut. sure that sends you where you need to go. Yes. It should. Yep. That's a great Fire Emblem resource. Just don't talk on the forums, because I can't recommend that. I wish I could, but I can't. They're very cliquish, and what that means is they're very closed off. If you're not like an old guard, they kind of look down upon you. So I wish that wasn't the case, but that was always my experience. But it's a great resource. Go there, you can look things up. The other thing about Genealogy of the Holy War, the maps are long. Like, this map's taking a while just because it's a desert. Maps in Genealogy of the Holy War are very long. Like, take 3 of these maps, or like a map you would play in, like, Awakening, and then, like, times it by 3 or 4. It's huge. Like, the maps are just huge in Genealogy of the Holy War. You'll spend, like, the first 20 minutes just moving units to each other. Like, it's ridiculous. It's not even because they have multiple objectives. Like, those maps are even longer. Like, the maps are just huge in general. And when you get to that desert map, it's the worst thing ever. It's the worst desert map in all of Fire Emblem. Which I was going to talk about, because we're playing a desert map here. Genealogy of the Holy War, which is FE4, has the worst desert map in all of Fire Emblem. It takes forever. I wish you the best. Now, FE4 is a really good game. Nice! Critical Fort. FE4 is a really good game. I really want it remade. Because if it got remade with some more recent mechanics that are just quality of life improvements, it would be one of the best Fire Emblem games. FE4 has a lot going for it. Just a remake would help it a lot. I think it could be great. You should be able to find it on the site. They have all that. I wish I could tell you, but I'm really rusty on FE4. I haven't played it in over a decade. Oh, you have an axe. Well, yeah, I have a healer over here now. If you do happen to hit. It's a good Fire Emblem. It just, it did not age super well, in my opinion. A lot of people still love it. It's just a pain to get through. Just because of how big the maps are, and if you don't know what you're doing, Genealogy can be a really rough ride. Level 7 for Ephraim. HP speed. Meh. Could've been better. Could've been worse. Okay, I can move Garrick now. So now I can heal. I can get more up close and personal with Walter and heal with Garrick. Still be at range, but alright, now comes to the grinding part of every desert map ever. Yes and no. It plays very different. Like, it just does. Oh yeah, I forgot to kill about target's res. Good dodge, Ephraim. I wish you much luck playing it. I really do. It can be fun. It can also be really frustrating. Just because of the mechanics. I'm gonna try to have Nami grab these. Nope. Got hit that time. Okay. It's a good one, but it'll play. It'll feel a lot different than any Fire Emblem you've played. It's just gonna feel a lot different. Come on, Ephraim. Nice. Amulet didn't save you, Balter. HP, strength, speed. Alright. Send that. Let's grab Mateus' tome. Give this to a unit you like. Gives a little treat to the unit that uses it. If I remember right, this gives 5% extra growth percentage to a unit. Something like that. If I remember in this Fire Emblem correctly. No, probably not. Send that. You'll get other units. I'm just saying if you pair certain people up, like your main quote lords and quite a bit of your units will be based on those. Will be based on who gets paired together. Like, those aren't the only units you're getting. Like I said, I haven't played it in over a decade. Experiment if you want. Give stuff a shot. That's part of Fire Emblem. Sorry I can't be more help. Like, I really am. I know I sound pretty worthless right now, but that's... Like, without picking it up again and playing it myself, I don't have a lot. A lot to give you there. you don't make it. That stinks. Ha! He found it! That's funny. With this 5 luck, 6% chance. Alright, this is a silver card. Silver card reduces the cost of all items by half. It's awesome. So cool that these are set. If they were random, I'd be fine with that too, because it'd be fun, but... It also has a lot of luck. Or Ephraim does. He found the Swift Souls. These increase movement by 2. There is a trick. I'm not going to use it. There is a glitch you can do and get a lot of these. Get more than just one of these. I don't remember if I went over it in my FE8 playthrough or not. I might have. Can't remember if I did or not. It's like a speedrunner trick too. It goes with it's about using RNG, using the game's random number, the way it generates random numbers, to do it in your favor on the Ruins map, which will be opening here soon. And you do you move a certain way to make one of the enemies who has a random who has like random gear. Like I couldn't do it in this randomizer, just normally. Make sure it makes it to where they have a Swift Soul that's droppable, and you kill them. And then you rinse and repeat and get as many Swift Souls as you want. I know it sounds like a really speedrunner type thing. I don't remember exactly how to do it. Like you have to use a certain number of steps, and you basically mess with the RNG to where it will always have a Swift Soul, so you can get it. It's a neat trick. Sorry, I can't tell you much more about it than that. I'm sure you can find it, I'm sure it's everywhere on the internet, which is why explanations like mine are always obsolete now. But it's a neat trick. It's kind of a speedrunner type trick where you manipulate RNG. It makes you feel really cool when you do it. I don't know who I'm gonna give the Swift Soul to yet. I'm not sure on that one. Okay, where have I not? I didn't get the item over here. I don't remember what it is. I just remember there's one right here. Should be like right here. Maybe I'm a space off. That was a space off. Killer bow! So there's a free killer bow there. Nice. Everyone can use that. Sure, talk with your brother. Erica! Brother, is that really you? No, it's me. Hold on, I'm gonna cut these enemies down, or I'm gonna shoot the... It would be... Cut these enemies down. Well, I guess he can use the sword now. Oh, hold on, Erica. I need to shoot these enemies real quick. She's like, oh, you've always been protecting me. It's cute. Alright, now we need to go here. Alright. Okay, is there anything left that's dangerous? The Shamshir could be, the Hellfire is dangerous. You have that. Alright, let's try to draw out a few enemies. Go into the supply, take the spare shine tome, give the unlocked staff, take a men's staff, and take an Hellfire tome. That'll do. Right there. I gotta wait to get rid of this. Well, I can move there. Find it next turn. Alright, you move. Oh, it's a body ring. Oh man, how did I forget that? Increase 2 con. Who am I gonna get that to? I really want to give Marissa more stats, but I need to get rid of you. So we're gonna do just that. Are you at full HP, Ephraim? Yes. You can go. You have fire, which is lame. Now you can go after anybody. I don't know who you're gonna go after. Shine is here. Flux. Heal, mend, restore staffs. Elixirs for 3k. We have 21,000. These are prices without the silver card. Cut all these prices in half, and there you go. Very useful. Who has a silver card right now? Cormag? I'm not gonna buy anything right now. I'll buy stuff after the map's over. But... Wait. Yeah, cute. I'm gonna take that out of the equation. Next turn. You go after Ephraim, who laughs. Oh no, a critical. Now I can move Marissa. Actually, you have a Toxin Lance. This one's Erica's. Especially with this Dragon Axe. Level up! Level 16. HP, skill, luck. So good. And so you don't crit somebody who doesn't have a resistance stat. Got almost everything. Oh, it's a silent staff. Now we have a silent staff of our own. Halts enemy magic for several turns. You don't want them casting something. And you get in range. Range is your magic stat divided by 2. So for Ennis, for example, if we get to +5 because you wouldn't have it equipped, it would be, I think you round down, so 6. Go, Marissa! Where's that crit? Alright, now the fun one, the warp staff, which is right there. Right by Calais. Because he has a tomahawk. And he will throw that at you, and it will hurt. Alright, warp staff. Move allies in adjacent spaces instantly elsewhere. Has a range of 1. So basically, a unit that's next to whoever's using this. And then you warp them to... yes. It is a quite hilarious staff, and you get 5 uses of it. I am positive this is used in some speedrun somewhere. .32 chance to crit. Tomahawk got crit, didn't it? Yep. Oh man. That is nasty. I'd rather you not use the tomahawk. 28% chance to hit. But if he hits, he's probably critting and killing Marissa. Actually, he doesn't even need to crit to kill Marissa, does he? Yeah, he does. Okay. Lombo doesn't do enough damage because he's on a fort. Well, if I hit both times, I do 16. If. That's a big if. Oh, I should have healed with Garrick. My mistake there. Because Garrick's at more than halfway to the next level, I want to level him up one time before I promote him. Because I might as well. I guess while I'm waiting for everybody else to get in position, I might as well. You're a stepping stone, and I'm moving up. Don't take it personally. I think I got all the treasures. Which you see, he just healed it back. I have to hit twice. Hey, good job, Ephraim. I don't think anybody's actually else is hurt. Oh well, Vanessa. She's not gonna get over there. See, he heals so much from being on that spot. Nine times 2. 16 times 2 because it hits resistance. Killer Bow! Can't crit him because he has the Hoplon guard. Nice. Shamshir dodge. Hit that time. You made me use another shot. Dang it, Colette. Alright, give that to me. The last bit more in a crown would have been mine. That's a level up for Ephraim. Level 9. Speed, luck. Okay. Hop on guard. With hop on guard, you cannot be critically hit. Period. Weapons will still be effective against you and all that, but you don't have to worry about things with high critical hit rate nailing you. Alright, 2 enemies to go, and then that's that. See, this map practically took 2 hours. Because it's a desert map and I like to grab everything, and I ended up attempting to do some explanations. Failing quite badly at it, but... I can kill you out like that. Yeah, I wish I remembered FE4 better, but like I said, it's been probably they are probably like over a decade and a half. I played FE4 a long time ago. $15. HP, skill, speed, res, and I recognize how great it is. It's just not for me. I said, if you remade it with some, do a remake with some quality of life changes, it could be a huge hit, I think. Erica, brother! Sacred Twin Relics of Gehenna, the Ice Sword Alduma, and the Wind Blade Excalibur. Queen Esmer died resisting Grotto. Good time to share information. Okay, let's see. It has 30 uses, so... it is now ranged and targets res instead of just being a really strong blade. So that's fun. It's now a 1-2 sword. Oh man, that makes it even better. It's a really strong blade. It's the S rank sword for this game, the Sacred Twin Relic. I think 30 uses is right. So I don't think it got its uses really randomized. But now it hits 1-2 and targets res instead of just hitting really hard. So that's neat. Store that for now. And we get Excalibur, which is the Anima S-Rank Tome. It has uses. It is now strong versus dark. Cool! So instead of being weak to darkness, like it normally would be, it's strong versus dark, which is actually quite hilarious. So, the power of Excalibur. It has 21 uses. I was hoping one of these would get unbreakable, like the Dark Tome that won't be used. Crumble, crumble, crumble. Ephraim, Erica's brother. Prince Larshell of Rostin. And then, yes, Excalibur is a tome in the Fire Emblem series. And it's been that way since FE1. Excalibur in FE1, by the way, is super broken. It's amazing. Don't use all of it up, but... Yes, Excalibur is a wind magic tome in the Fire Emblem series, and it's usually the best of its class. Usually the best when the spells are split. Best anima, quote-unquote, magic. The S-rank tome, and it's usually extremely powerful. Excalibur, I don't remember if it has that trait in this game, or just in general, because the randomizer, or even without the randomizer in general. Excalibur is strong against flying units as well, because wind magic, which is... it just shreds a flying unit, which can sometimes be very difficult to deal with. I chanced upon Leon. He was a completely different person. And basically saying everything that that happened along the route that we've already seen. Erica says she also ran into Leon, and you can see how that talk goes on her route. So basically, we need the Sacred Stones to battle the darkness. Lady Mira, Soleil, glad to see you're well. So that's who Soleil was looking for Mira. Ruled by madness. Cormag! You're buying stuff because silver. Barrier Tome increases magic resistance of adjacent allies briefly. If I remember right, the Barrier Tome works like pure water. So the way this works is, I think it's 7 in this game. Sometimes it's 5. It increases your resistance. So it grows weaker each turn. It will increase your resistance by 7, I believe it is, in Sacred Stones. And every turn it decreases by 1. So you'll have +7 resistance for 1 turn. The next turn +6. Turn after that +5. So on and so forth until the buff is gone. Pure Water does that. You get 3 uses. The Barrier Staff also does that. You cast it on 1 person. It has 15 uses. You have to have a C rank and staff to use it. There's Luna, which is effective against knights. Alright. What all do I need? Divines are great. Struck twice. I'm gonna buy 3 of those. 4 of those. Three Shine Tomes? I think I have enough Elfire Tomes and stuff like that. I think I have enough Min Staffs. I have a Restore Staff now. I think that's good. Okay, I need somebody who's not carrying stuff. Sell the red gem and the 2 white gems. There we go. I want my 6 gold. Okay. Take fire. There's Excalibur. Erica needs the Hero Crest. And maybe some other items. Why is it the poison bow on Ephraim? Just because I've been using the longbow. I gave him a steel sword. It's cool because it shoots at point blank, but I really don't need it. The question is who gets the Hoplon guard, because Ephraim doesn't really need it. He's not getting crit. Maybe Vanessa? Maybe Gillum? Erica, maybe. She has 16 luck. I don't think she's gonna get crit. Vanessa only has 9 luck, and Gillum has no luck, but... maybe Carrig? I'm gonna give it to Vanessa for now. And not use... Choices. I guess the Fiend Cleaver. I'll just store the Fiend Cleaver for now. Okay. I need to get 1 level for calm. Of course I do. Just to show off Summoner. Somebody should always be with that for the healing, but you never know. Oops. Take a javelin. Take the fresh slim lance. Well, I'll store it just because. Just so we can see it. So it's there. Give you that. What did Nosferatu get? Something. Oh yeah, I got +5 speed. But only 10 uses. I think I already got stuff for Innis, basically. Grab a Divine Tome. You need a healing staff. Take a mend. I want to show off the warp staff, but I'll do that later. Take Divine. Innis has Divine. Okay. Good. Come on. There you go. Alright. Off to the tower. Leave Cormac behind. Bring Calm. Leave Nami. Her time is done. Bring Erica. Thank you. Do it now before I forget. Iron Bow. Oh, critical! 2% critical chance. Nice. You can tell because he gets the ring around him. And there's it's fancier. Yeah, the ball of magic is fancier looking too. Would be in, Coach? He would be in if he got any semblance of a magic stat. It's just not gonna hit hard enough. Even if I stick Geltnir on him. Because they don't get doubled, even with his speed. He'll have like a speed of 3. Yeah, Ennis became a sage. He's a good one too. He's going in the party. Well, I stuck him with tomes to use. He's gonna take Nimi spot. Dodge. The Flux Tome ended up being really good with the +5 speed. Like, if this was Null, with Null's usual stats, this would be perfect, because he has a lot of magic anyway. The thing is, he's slow, like every shaman is slower than Molasses. But the +5 speed would remedy that to some effect. And then he could not get doubled, maybe even double slower enemies, and still hit really hard. The other thing with dark magic is it tends to be really heavy, weight-wise, and you tend to lose speed anyway. So, like, even with just what ends up being the basic tome, there is no E rank dark magic. Flux is your basic dark magic tome. It weighs 8, and that's not randomized. I didn't randomize weight. It just weighs 8. Shamans are automatically lose 1 speed. Right off the bat, they lose 1 speed, which they typically don't usually have. It's that they hit hard, but hitting hard is only okay because by the time you have shamans in Fire Emblem games, usually, your units, other units, hit decently hard, and they double a lot of the time. Shamans usually have a hard time killing a unit on their own. Level 10! HP speed! Alright, he hit 10. Time for a person that might get some use. To get some more EXP. I like to see slightly better stats from Erica, but I don't think she's bad. She still has promotion buffs too. Joe, stop moving. Alright, let's save. Let's save state. Because I'm taking this ring back. Alright, Guiding Ring. Shamans turn into one of 2 things. They become druids, which can wield dark magic. They also wield anima magic, and wield staves. So they can heal, they can cast like Fire, Thunder, or use dark magic, which is pretty cool. Or they become summoners, which they learn to use staves so they can heal, but they don't learn anima magic, but they get the summon skill. Oh, another problem with dark magic tomes usually, they have really low hit. Doesn't even get a point of magic. From the summoner. Forget the summoner doesn't even get a point of magic. Oh, that's great. That's so fitting. Alright. Now he's a summoner. Now he can use the special skill summon. That's so fitting. He doesn't even get a point of magic from his promotion. So funny. Yeah, go after Erica. Because you need room to summon. Yay, 10 gold. We were speaking of older fire emblems earlier. Summoners in Gaiden, FE2, are vicious. You don't get one, not that I remember. In a few maps, the enemy has summons. Oh, calling her shot again! It's like the 3rd or 4th critical from Erica this episode, without using a killer weapon. It's great. The stream. Episode. The stream. They are super mean. No, you get summoners in Gaiden. What am I thinking of? You get 3. You get 3 people that have the summon command. One's super bad, one's decent, and one's better than decent, but enemies use summons to horrific effect. Alright, summon! Woo! You summon this phantom. Phantoms, I think that's the right stats for them, actually. They are level 1. They have no defense resistance. They are basically there to take a hit. They have a random weapon, I believe. Man, it's been so long since I've done summoning. Yeah, so you summon one, and then like have it go swing, and then die because it's a phantom. Yay! There's summon. I'll even do it again. There's the casting animation for the summoner, which is pretty cool looking. Like, I like the extended hand. Was playing FE6 a bit ago. I'm sorry. No, that's cool, Mace. Deke with a 6% crit chance. Critted twice in session because Deke! Because he's the man, that's why. Fully expected that from him. I'll summon down here. Why not? So, I mean, you can use summon to, like, pull enemy units like this. I mean, you can use it, but why when I can have a character do that? I just have a character with high defense do that. It's a neat idea. Here's the casting animation again. Como, you still up there under all those robes, right? Very poofy robes for summoners. Druids too. Very coincidental, but extremely fitting. It's like, oh, we just watched that guy get destroyed. I'm I'm gonna fight from range. Probably not gonna see the critical animation, correct. I don't think any of the tomes that we have what can you support with? Oh, it's 4th, right? I keep forgetting that. No crit, no crit. Gelpnir. But it's S rank. Which will take Calm a little bit to get to. Not a huge amount. There's Summoner, it's pretty niche. You can have some fun with it. Just using like the summons to try to do a little extra damage or just pulling the enemy. You can only have one summon out at a time, by the way. In like Gaiden, you can summon up to everything around you. Every space around you, which is nuts. It's random. I mean, you summon. So, there it is. Like I said, it's very niche. Like, the best thing would be to basically use it to pull an enemy, or you want to do a little extra damage with nobody else getting hurt. The Iron Axe is good here because it strikes twice. So, yeah, there's that. I'll take this time and go ahead and get Erica X. Yay, 10 gold! I might as well. Since I wanted to do that anyway here. X level increased. So I think Summoner's neat. Just to like mess around with, but like I'd never really use it. Oh, critical. Erica did not like being hit. Like, get out. Oh, I didn't take Garrett. I wanted to get him another level. Darn. Just see what comes. Another critical! Man. Got 5 gold. Yay! It's an interesting class. But like I said, it's just not one I would ever really do anything with. I never used it all that much. Nice, I'm actually glad she missed, because that'll give her 2 levels. Level 17. HP, defense, resistance. Hey, defense stats. I'm okay with that. Bye, Lucian. The stream's about to end anyway. I'm just gonna finish this up and then... Level up, level 18. HP, strength, luck. Nice, got a point of strength. Good. No. Search items. Trade that to Garrett. That's how it's gonna be with me and Anthem, more than likely, Maze. That's the plan, anyway. We can hope so. Store all that. Basically, I'm gonna be streaming Anthem until, like, I need to sleep or I have to go do something. Like, I wasn't lying. I'm going all in for Anthem. I think it's gonna be a fantastic game. I have really high hopes, and I think it could be just a thing I do for the channel. It's the biggest shot I'm ever going to take. So, either it works or the channel flounders forever. So, keep your fingers crossed. Alright, Monday we'll do Tower of Valny and get Garrick that level and promote him. We'll get Erica levels, and after that, we'll start going toward the end. Now that Erica's rejoined the party, we've kind of got through the middle part of the game, and then now we're at the end game. Almost. Okay, we're getting there. Streams next week will start maybe earlier, probably not, but they're gonna go later because I want to get through this randomizer before Friday. So that's the plan. Plan is to get through the randomizer before Friday. I think I can do it if I go later Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Or start earlier, depending on how that goes. There might be some weird times for the stream next week. Just keep an eye on Discord whenever you're on. You'll see if I'm streaming, and I might be streaming it, stupid early. They'll just be streams kind of all over the place because that's kind of how it's going to start going. Regardless, whenever you get to show up and enjoy the streams, I do hope you enjoyed them, and I do hope you had a lot of fun, and thank you for your time, thank you for watching. Until Monday, have a great weekend. I'm Cendril 9. Remember to shoot for the stars, and take care, everyone.